Welcome to another awesome episode of Tales from the Head with me, myself, and Danny right here.
What's up, what's up?
We're using the number 7 today because this is going to be released on February 7th. And as everyone knows, it's a significant day. It's 7 days before Valentine's Day, and it's 7 days after the first day of February.
Yeah.
I mean, these are important things to know.
Very important things to know.
You know, and
in a way,
Yeah.
if may I
no,
also,
yeah, go for it.
1/4 of the month is already gone.
Oh, the year.
No,
Oh,
of the month.
Oh, yeah.
It's only 28 days.
One
But that's not really 7th.
I had to be in March to be 1/4 of the year done. My math is terrible.
So is mine. But that number I just gave that wasn't
But
really.
you know what? 1/4, that's actually true because you're 7 days and there's only 28 days.
Yeah.
Is there 28 days this year?
28. Yes, I believe
Okay.
so. Yeah.
It's not a leap year.
Hopefully not.
So I was thinking to myself, I'm like, because I like doing that. I like thinking. And I was like trying to find facts for the day. And so I'll go online and I'll be like, okay, on this day, what happened? Because that is fun to do. So, and sometimes you get some fucking duds, but.
Like today in history kind of shit?
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
So today in history, February 7th, not necessarily this year because it's today.
Yeah.
Who the fuck's going to know? I don't have a crystal ball.
Yeah.
But I could be your crystal baller.
You can make hella money if you knew the future.
I was doing a Third Eye Blind reference.
What song is
Crystal Baller.
what
I
song
could
is
be your crystal baller.
Nah, that's a deep cut
No?
for me, bro.
Oh, that's a good one, though. Their deep cuts are really good.
Well, we love Third Eye Blind.
Right, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I digress. So on this day in 1964, the Beatles landed in New York.
Beatlemania.
So it was 2 days before Ed Sullivan, but it was when they landed for Beatlemania. Yeah, Beatlemania, when people were throwing... I mean, God knows what was going on back then.
People were fucking fainting.
Women were throwing their pads from their bras.
They're freaking fainting, piss fest. John Lennon used to say, like, their shows used to smell like piss all the time.
Well, dude, you know why? Probably because no one could fucking leave. So they probably literally just started pissing right where they were.
That, and probably because they're just so fucking excited about...
Yeah, for sure. But I
piss
think
or
it's
piss.
probably because it was so packed. I bet you it's like,
Yeah.
are you going to lose your spot and go piss, Cheryl? Or do you want to fucking watch the Beatles?
Or do you want to maybe have Paul McCartney wink at you?
Or you want to put your big girl pants on and stand here for 4 hours?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But I don't know. I think you might be right because hysterics.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of hysteria with that. That was watching the women.
Mhm.
Because let's be real. I didn't see a lot of queens in the audience.
No.
So I'm going to say women because that's what I saw.
Yeah.
But, I mean, almost a psychosis.
Yeah, well, that's what plays along with the whole. Here we are, 2 minutes into the
No, it's related to what we're talking about.
and it goes along with the whole conspiracy theory that
I see
they
what you're
replaced
saying.
Paul McCartney.
Oh.
They said because if the world would have found out that Paul McCartney died in a car accident, it would have created mass hysteria, and it would have like a number of suicides and shit would have also happened. Gone even higher.
That's speculation, though. How do you come up with those? I mean, I know you didn't. I'm just saying, how do they come up with that? Like,
I don't know. That's
suicides would be higher. Like, yeah, okay.
That just sounds.
That's like weather reporting. I mean, that's.
Imagine the fucking ego that you must have going like, if I die,
It's so narcissistic.
millions of people are gonna fucking die too.
Their mental well-being depends on my livelihood. I have to be alive for these people to coexist. Yeah, that's. And I don't think the Beatles said that. It was probably their fucking manager. Oh, he did die though.
He did die.
So it wasn't him.
That's kind of like
maybe their new manager.
That's kind of the reason why like they kind of split up because the manager always kept them all on check. What's his name? George Martin?
No, that was the producer. The manager, because George Martin didn't die. Because the producer died right before the documentary that just came out with Peter Jackson, right?
Yeah,
that was the whole intro. They said that he just recently passed.
Yeah.
They were kind of on their own, and that's why they started their own record label.
Mm-hmm. God, what was the...
I forgot his fucking name.
I can't forget, but he's deemed the fifth Beatle. He's also deemed as like one of like the greatest managers of all times. And also, if you ever see That Thing You Do, Tom Hanks' character.
Oh, so that was Tom Hanks' character.
Yeah, is based on
Brian Epstein.
Yeah, he died in 1967.
Not Jeffrey. No relation.
No, please, none. Or maybe that's a different
Ooh,
conspiracy.
yeah. All right, maybe another episode.
That's another episode.
From managing the Beatles to managing, never mind. Also, This is an interesting factoid that goes really well with this month because this is Black History Month, as everyone knows. Mississippi abolished slavery on February 7th, 2013. Now everyone's going to be like, well, hold on, didn't they do it in the 90s? Guess what? They ratified the 13th Amendment in 95, but they failed to submit the paperwork.
Wait.
Can you believe that? Gee, that wasn't fucking planned.
Wait, 2013.
That's when it was officially fucking filed, finalized, and done.
Even though it was sent out in the 1800s.
Well, but not all states followed that. That wasn't, as you know, because that was just because the war was over doesn't mean slavery was abolished throughout the whole country.
Right.
So because some of the South territories, like Mississippi, they were a little behind on things, and apparently part of that was filing paperwork, which sounds like total bullshit. Like we can all admit right now that was a planned whoops. Well, now you got to wait 20 more years till we can figure this out. And whatever, better late than never, I guess, right? Mm-hmm. But at the same time, come on, Mississippi.
Get it together, buddy.
Anyway, that was a fact from today. I thought it was interesting. I learned a little more.
Yeah.
And then I was like, once again, God, Mississippi, not a great track record for history. No.
I heard great for sports, though.
Oh, really good for college football and basketball.
What about their food?
I would say it's probably pretty bomb, but I feel like Mississippi, you're going to get probably more like Southern fried, maybe like grits and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know, specialty-wise, I don't know a lot about Mississippi. Yeah. So I feel like it would be a lot of like barbecue and...
You know what? I'm all for that.
I know. It's probably really good. Shit, maybe like hush puppies. You got some. I like grits. If grits are done right, they're fucking delicious.
Yeah.
I had some. There's a barbecue place in Brentwood that does, they do jalapeno grits. And dude, that is good.
It's funny because every time I think of grits, I think of my cousin Vinny.
Oh, yeah.
He uses the whole grit defense to, What a great fucking movie, by the way. Also.
That is a great movie. And by the way, all my older uncles would be like, is that what you named your son after? And I'm like, no, but that is interesting because that is a good movie.
That's a fun fact. Per chance. Maybe.
Fun fact per chance. Marisa Tomei. What year was it was a Buick Skylark, but I always forget the year. 1967 or something?
It's something like a
Buick Skylark. She's got the most like New York accent ever. Yeah. Marisa Tomei's awesome.
My father was a mechanic. My brothers were mechanic. My uncles, my grandfather.
Oh yeah, because she was the car person.
Yeah. And they're like, you're too pretty to look like to seem to know. And she's like, oh, I can rebuild. It's a bullshit question.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude, she's great. Did you watch the new Spider-Man?
I have not seen none of the new Spider-Man.
None of them.
None.
She is the aunt.
I'm aware.
Which is cool. That's the only spoiler I gave away.
Thank you.
Which you could see in the trailers. I can see. Anyway.
But, okay, moving on. We can talk about her all the time.
Yeah, she is pretty hot, though. Still pretty hot.
She's great.
To go along with Black History Month. Pinocchio.
Wow.
Pinocchio. No, I'm kidding. No, Chris Rock was born on this day in 1966.
Happy birthday, Chris Rock, dude.
I mean,
how funny is that dude?
Comedy legend. Hilarious. I mean, I still haven't seen CB4, and I know that's sacrilege to a lot of people because I heard that movie is really fucking funny.
It is fucking funny, dude.
But I have seen a lot of his other stuff, and his stand-up is great. I love this show, Everybody Hates Chris.
Oh, man. Amazing show, dude. It's fucking hilarious.
Super good. You know, originally, Patrice O'Neal was supposed to play his dad.
Really?
But they got Terry Crews.
And you know what?
Because I think Patrice was already dead.
Okay.
But Patrice would have been fucking... But the reason why Patrice wouldn't work on TV, he did not like listening to people and all those corporate producers and shit. I think because I heard he would do that. He would go on like movie gigs and he would get parts, but then he would be like, fuck this.
And not do it.
Yeah, because he was like, the Hollywood thing is always hurry up and wait, you know? And a lot of people don't deal with that. And honestly, I don't think I would like it either.
Yeah.
And luckily, I'm not pretty enough for it to be an issue. So there you go.
But the option's still there.
This day in 1940, the Disney animated film Pinocchio premiered worldwide. So this is 1940. This is a big deal, too, because this is during World War II. So
Tail end
a
of
worldwide
the depression and shit.
So I wonder how many Nazi soldiers, because that's the thing. The military would play movies,
right?
And sometimes it was Snow White. Sometimes it was because they didn't have a lot of options too, and these were new, so people wanted to watch them. But could you imagine now the troops watching Frozen?
Well, I mean,
it's let's go drop some bombs. This shit sucks.
Oh, you know what? Encanto was great. Oh, what a great movie Encanto was. Well, let's go drop some bombs.
Yeah, let's go Encanto a couple.
Let's freaking bomb over Baghdad this.
I'm gonna Encanto this village right now, dude.
Encanto in the name of freedom. No
purification by fire.
No, dude. But something you also need to remember, in 1940, these movies were groundbreaking, being able to see animation and then color,
yeah.
And then with sound and music, and it's just oh my god, Italy. That's exactly how Italy looks like,
Also, those were kind of still the era of the dark themes and how it was kind of more.
Oh yeah,
kids now will be this is fine, but that's because this movie is 80 fucking years old now.
Yeah,
watching this movie when it was brand new, it was probably damn, this is kind of a cutting edge cartoon.
It's kind of I don't know. The only thing I can consider something similar like that is when we saw Forrest Gump for the first time, and they put Forrest Gump into actual settings, actual historical,
with JFK,
yeah,
Nixon and shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Or not JFK. I think it was Nixon.
Nixon, and then not Harrison Ford, but with oh wow, I blank. Anyways, with Nixon, but sitting down with
Gerald Ford, maybe?
Gerald Ford, yeah. No, it wasn't Gerald Ford. Maybe it was.
Either way,
I can't remember.
The guy falls down the stairs.
You would think I fucking remember because I'm a fucking historian. I can remember
president or a random person.
No, president. After JFK, fucking.
Well, it wasn't Henry Ford because that was the car guy.
Yeah. Oh.
So if it was after JFK, Johnson.
Lyndon B. Johnson. Yeah, there Johnson. You go. Ha.
The filler president.
The filler, exactly. No, but even when he's in that talk show, I think it's Ed Sullivan. No, not Ed Sullivan. Maybe it was Carson. But it was John Lennon, and he's telling them ideas to write.
I think it was Ed Sullivan then.
It was probably, but great,
good
great
movie. Great cameos, great music.
Bottom line is how we were our minds were being blown when we were seeing that. I'm pretty sure it's the same thing that's happening now with them back in 80 plus years ago.
Oh yeah, I mean it's generationally it's a recycle, right? And then it's also we get kind of desensitized, so it's a combination. But then, as desensitized as we are, isn't it crazy that we can still look back 80 years and still be affected?
Yeah,
with all the crazy shit we watch now, and we can still appreciate this older cinema.
I think we can because we grew up in this weird gap between the old ways, quote unquote old ways, and then all this new technology. We're the generation that grew up not having internet or cell phones.
Yeah, because we were already in our preteens to teens by then.
Yeah, well, and it was even dial up,
Right.
And then now all this new generation, they just know the internet. They just know cell phones. They just know streaming.
Yeah, I mean that's the other thing. They have cell phones.
Yeah,
we didn't have that either.
We had pagers. And
payphones were still around.
Oh yeah, dude.
This was funny too because as I'm going through the list of things that happened on this day in history, of course I peek ahead to the next day because do I want to put this off for a different release day for a better historical option? Now I was I'm not going to do this. I'm gonna maintain the integrity of the project.
I like
for
that.
Today, but I'm going to show a peek into what it could have been.
I like that.
If it was on February 8th.
I like that.
This one was interesting. On this day, on February 8th, Mary, Queen of Scots, rival of Queen Elizabeth I of England, was beheaded this day in 1587.
Wow.
At Fotheringay Castle, her execution, a chilling scene redeemed by the great personal dignity with which she met her fate.
That's badass.
It just sounds so fucking cool.
Yeah.
I mean, what's more metal than getting your head fucking chopped off?
I mean, I always remember the scene from Bill and Ted when they go back to around this time period, and like the king goes, "Take them to the Iron Maiden," and they go, "The Iron Maiden, right? Yeah."
That shit's brutal.
And then they see it, and they're like, "Bogus,"
because that's basically the coffin with spikes on all sides. Fuck that. Yeah, I heard they used to slam those, and the blood would just drip out the bottom.
Yeah.
Fuck. Thanks, Spanish. You can blame the Spanish for that.
Hey.
I wasn't looking at you like it was your fault.
Hey,
I was just saying.
I got their colonizer blood in me.
Dude, I got some Spanish blood in me.
I got some Spanish blood in me.
They raped everyone.
They fucked everybody. So
they were the Mongols, but with ships. If the Mongols had less horses and more ships, can you imagine if the Mongols were on boats?
The Mongols will fuck shit up.
They might have been on some boats, but like
I think their thing was like horses.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, because they weren't a water colony. They were desert and
like high desert.
Yeah. So it made no sense to be water people.
Yeah.
They just be towing a boat through the sand. Hurry up.
We pull.
I need to make more babies so we can pull this ship.
Wait, let's wait 10 years. They need to grow. Damn it.
All right, I'll lay my hat down in this village for 10 years. We're good.
Bro. You know what's crazy? Something I like about history is like this Queen Elizabeth is fucking related to the current Queen Elizabeth who's alive right now. Like the bloodline is freaking crazy, dude.
Well, Danny, you know these people aren't good people. And I know you want to have lunch with her and eat cucumber sandwiches and stuff, but look, you know rich people are bad news, man.
Bro.
You know that.
Some cucumber sandwiches with the fucking queen? That sounds amazing,
I'm telling
bro.
you, I'll eat them with you, but I'm gonna have you eat maybe a bite or two before I eat.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Well, dude, come on. Or I won't. Okay, let's be fair. They need to eat first.
What would the queen benefit by killing me?
Well, how do you know? Maybe you have a hidden value that maybe you're not even aware of.
Shit.
Maybe this is your origin story. You got to think like that, Danny.
Just make a movie out of it.
Don't sell yourself short.
Here, okay. Imagine this though. Imagine, will the queen actually invite me for lunch or dinner? No, she's too busy for that. She doesn't have time to be seen eating with the common folks like me. And
you'd have to meet her in between her diaper changes.
For me, she'll probably come in, sit down, sip. She'll probably have a sip or two of her tea, and then leave.
I mean, that's true. Let's be real. She's no physical threat at this point.
No.
Her mind is a threat, though.
If you give her a gun, then yeah, she's a fucking threat.
You know why she's a threat, though?
Why?
Because you know how fucking old she is.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, can you imagine if someone just delivers her, like, a cold muffin? The person's dead.
Oh.
They're gonna be gone, missing, and you'll never hear about them again.
I think she will also, like, she's so... like educated and so like bougie and shit that she will insult you. You don't know you're being insulted because she probably says it with a fucking smile, and then you won't realize that you got insulted until like 2 or 3 days, months maybe down the line, and then it's just gonna completely tear you apart.
Yeah, because she'll be dead.
Emotional damage.
So, how old is she right now? 90s?
I think she's early 90s, maybe. Let me see here. Queen.
But I guess what I'm trying to say too is she fucking, you know that there's some drama there. I mean, well, obviously everyone knows that. In the 90s, it was Princess Diana was the big conspiracy. But like, when you have lineage going 300-400 years, you know some shit.
She's 95.
That's old as fuck.
Her birthday is on April 21st.
The only reason that woman is still alive is purely money. She probably you know what it is? I think the money probably keeps her alive.
Bro, you know she's probably healthy. You know
No one's healthy when they're that old.
I mean, look at her.
In relative speaking, sure. I mean, she looks, for a 95-year-old, yeah. But she probably has had work done.
Listen, I'm not going to lie. I'm looking at this picture. It was put out by U.S.
How old is that? Her skin looks way too young.
This came out This came out a day ago, and it says Queen Elizabeth makes the first public outing of the year. So this is like the most recent picture of her.
Dude, she has no liver spots. That woman has had work done.
She looks.
No one looks like that at 95. Nobody.
Look how great she looked when she was young.
But yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There's no way 70 years later you're gonna still have like blemishless skin, like unless they cake it on her with the makeup. But
Bro.
she didn't look like she had a lot of makeup on. I'm telling you, I think she had some work done. I mean, she's the wealthiest landowner in the world.
Yeah.
It's not crazy to think that she had a couple needles put in her cheek once or twice.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a thing, you know.
By the way, if you ever have a chance, look up this skit they did with Fred what's his name? The guy who's the musician.
Oh, Fred Armisen.
Armisen, yeah, Fred Armisen, and it's like and Elton John's in it, and they're trying to convince Elton John to play like for the wedding, for like the Prince William's wedding. And it's just funny because she's using look up the skit. It's fucking hilarious.
We're gonna take a quick piss break.
All right, and we're back on over here. Hey, before we introduce the main thing, you left it over there on the turntable. Listen. We were having this conversation a couple of days ago, and we came to the conclusion that it is time to give Coolio the respect he needs for everything he did in the 90s. Do you agree or disagree?
Well, what accolades are we mentioning?
Well, his contributions, besides giving us Gangster Paradise, which led to Weird Al's Yankovic's Amish Paradise classic, he also gave us the opening track to Kenan and Kel Show.
Oh yeah, that's true.
He also did the Come on, ride on the fantastic side.
Oh yeah. The Fantastic Voyage.
Yeah.
Sample.
Yeah. What else? It's just
slide,
it's
slippity slide.
It's time to give that man the props he deserves.
He's also a cook, right?
I feel like he is.
I didn't dive into much of the cook stuff.
And also, if it wasn't for Gangster Paradise, the movie
Dangerous Minds
wouldn't have a kick-ass intro.
I don't even know if the movie itself is that memorable so much as the music.
Exactly.
Right?
I haven't seen Dangerous Mind in like maybe 20 years. And I still feel like I just saw it a couple like weeks ago. It's not the best. It's basically like all of the other movies about saving inner city kids, but with a white blonde lady. And look, I'm not shitting on the white person part. A lot of people are like, diversity, but that was the point. She was the person that came in a diverse school. Whatever, it doesn't. Everyone's seen it, but the music is mostly the iconic. And
part.
I guess it's based on a true story, right?
Yeah, and
allegedly.
I think that is true. I don't even know if it's alleged. I think that's just full blown true.
Okay,
that it's based on the part I need to figure out is where it's specifically based on, because my dad. Well, I need to fact check this. Told me it was based on his high school called Carlmont, which was in the peninsula.
You might be right.
I don't know if that's true. I think it might be two schools that they inspired.
I think you might be right, because I was under the understanding that was based in a school in East Palo Alto.
Okay, then it is Carlmont, because that's where my dad went to school.
In East Palo Alto?
Yep. Because my dad grew up in Belmont, which is only like a hop, skip, and a jump from Palo Alto.
Hey, yeah.
So wow, Dad, you weren't lying.
Wow, that's one truth.
I like that. That's hilarious. That's a start.
Progress. Belmont,
California, Carlmont High School. Wow.
Yeah.
It really was that. Wow, Dad. It is based on the autobiography My Posse Don't Do Homework by retired U.S. Marine Luann Johnson.
Yeah.
So, I mean, who probably was a white lady.
Yeah.
Who in 1989 took up a teaching position at Carlmont High School in Belmont, California.
Where most
of the students were African American and Latino. Dude, my dad used to get bullied by a bunch of black kids. And he's this little white guy.
It happens. I mean,
yeah.
We get it.
I mean, it's not I'm not starting a race war. That's already started. But but like I just
yeah.
because that's something that that's something that I don't feel like is addressed in cinema. I don't feel like, and I think it has to do with the fact that historically the African American communities dealt with things, but they do not accurately depict schools until like the 90s, because I just didn't feel like black kids were represented properly in films. Because I'm like, they made them kind of seem like only black power was like with like blaxploitation in the 70s, but even in the 80s, like they were just like obedient students. And I'm like, dude, you go to a fucking school with inner city kids, and it doesn't matter what color they are; they're just all criminals.
Yeah,
like,
I'm thinking
it's crazy.
I'm thinking like Revenge of the Nerds and shit, like the.
But even then, they were like the peaceful giant, like lambda, lambda, lambda.
Yeah,
like, they were just like the fraternity that was more respected, probably.
Yeah. Another thing, also, the only person who ever talked about being bullied by the African American community or the blacks in this community was Everclear, father of mine.
Oh,
it wasn't easy for me to be a scared white boy in a black neighborhood.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
I know that lyric, and I was like, that's interesting, because that's true. Because I mean, it's kind of relatable. I'm not saying I'm like that.
Yeah,
but when I came to the East Side, it was kind of like that.
Yeah, like you. It's funny because you don't realize. For me, it's interesting when people that are not of color or white, I guess, when they become the minority. And then they kind of realize, like, oh, shit, like, this is how it feels for them.
Yeah.
So I think you were probably younger, so you obviously you were accepted. We all love you in the Mexican-American East Side community.
I mean, look,
you
met me about 8 to 10 years after I was already out there. Yeah. So there were some growing pains.
Okay.
It wasn't so... There were some nice kids, but there was a lot of... There's a lot of shitty kids.
But you know what, Coop? If it makes you feel any better, those same shitty kids, they were probably also picking on me and starting fights with me.
Oh, yeah. I'm not saying it was racially driven.
Yeah.
But it's just, I was sticking out.
Yeah.
It was racially driven, though. I'm not saying I'm a victim, but it was racially driven because it was always... Like, I was targeted because I was looked at like I should have... Either I shouldn't be there for some reason or not. And then I should also... It's just like, what problems are you dealing with? So I feel like that is somewhat, it's class and race, because you're assuming so and so is like better off. And by the way, it's funny, the richest kids that I went to school with were Mexican.
Yeah.
So it's just like, cry me a fucking river, dude. You got fucking Jordans and fucking Osiris shoes on right now, and you're gonna tell me your dad works 3 jobs?
The Osiris is D3s.
Something tells me, exactly. Something tells me your parents buy you things to buy your love, because. A real respecting working class family would not buy their kids that are 12 years old, like you just said, those D3s.
Yeah.
Or G3s, right?
No.
Or were they were Ds.
I think it was D3s.
Those things were crazy.
They were all over the place.
I always kind of wanted them, and dude, I looked them up on eBay. They go for a lot.
Really now? Dude,
I don't know if they make them anymore.
Dude. No, because I think Osiris. Let me look them up. Osiris.
But Osiris... I always liked the way they looked.
Yep,
but I had a fresh pair of DVSs that I loved.
Oh, dude, I used to rock DCs. I used to love rocking DCs, and I used to. Yep, there they are. The Osiris. Wow,
I feel like they would be really popular with kids now.
Yeah,
because as much as everyone loves like the Yeezys and stuff, these were kind of the Yeezys. Like, they weren't as expensive, they weren't as exclusive, but. They were like $90 shoes. And dude, when you're 10 years old, that's a lot of fucking money.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, these shoes were super freaking comfy because they're like skating shoes.
Yeah.
Was this the Chad Muska ones also? Or am I tripping?
I don't think those were Chad Muskas.
Okay. But yeah, I remember like everybody wanted the white ones with the red trim. And like.
Oh, I know. I wanted the all blacks. I was like the black and the grays looked the coolest.
Yeah. No, they were definitely like really cool shoes. I personally never got a pair of Osiris's, just because by this time I was rocking like Vans and Converse and like high tops and shit. So they were just like, they just look weird because they were a very like thick shoe. Again, they were meant for skateboarding. So, this is the one that like a lot of my homies wanted that one.
Oh yeah, the white ones.
Yeah, with the red trim. That's the one they wanted.
So I get the appeal of white shoes. I will never buy my child white shoes.
Yeah, neither.
Kids
neither would
fucking get them so fucking dirty.
I get my shoes fucking dirty.
Point.
I can't do it, dude. I just get
they look good like the first time you have them. And that's it. What are you gonna carry baby wipes with you everywhere you go?
My hat off to anybody who can rock white shoes and keep them clean for more than like 2 weeks.
I just don't know if it's even possible. You know, I feel like eventually something's gonna happen.
Okay. The only reason I say this is maybe because she may or may not be listening to this, especially if it's like half an hour or like 40 minutes into this. I doubt she's listening to this anymore. But my girlfriend, she rocks some white Converse, and she keeps them clean. I don't know how she does them, and it's not like you can tell they're not like brand new, but she rocks them, and I'm like, damn, I wish I could.
I think maybe it's that. I think it's maintenance. She probably wipes them down every day or something.
Yeah.
Gives them a nice once over.
Yeah.
Because you're going to get dust too, you know?
Yeah.
Some people that are shoe people don't even like want to crease them.
But what's the point of like...
I think that's too much.
That's too much.
And just don't wear them.
Just don't... Yeah. Then why even fucking have them?
Because people tie their shoes a certain way so it doesn't crease even the lace holder.
Yeah.
There's some shoe people that got OCD. It's crazy. Like,
bro,
if you're that into it.
Have you ever been to like a shoe convention or a sneaker con?
No, that just does not sound like something I would want to go to.
Well, I went once because there was a time in my life where my buddies, I'm not gonna say no names, but they're out there, they know who they are. They were all about like the Jordans and like the Yeezys and shit, and like buying expensive ass shoes because it was like an investment. Because you can just resell them and shit. So there was one time I went with them to the Cow Palace for this thing called like Sneaker Con or something. And it was just people trading shoes. And it was just like there's been several times, but this is definitely one of the top times where I felt so out of my element. Because everybody's like wearing hell expensive shoes. They have them like in bags around their neck, like trading Jordans and shit. I'm like, I don't.
No,
not my thing. Hype. No, I remember like we would go to LA and then go to like the boutique shops like fucking Fight Club and shit where they sell like expensive ass shoes. They'll do it all, like they'll trade and buy shoes there, like $400, and I'm like, why the fuck are you buying $400 worth of shoe, like shoe on your foot?
Yeah, like it's like, you know how much that thing, you know what cost was for that Jordan?
Yeah, I know, dude, and that's what pisses me off. Like, I remember in middle school when like one of the Jordans came out, and some kid, and I remember this conversation because I was put down for my I experienced oppression, if you will. Mm-hmm. Some kid was talking about how he just like his parents bought him some fucking the new Jordans. I forgot which Jordans to wear. But this is back, just so if y'all want to go back and do your time. This is like 97, 98. I was in 8th grade. And this motherfucker, dude, I swear to God, this fucking asshole, talking, oh yeah, you know, they cost me $80 or whatever. Like at the time, like it was $80 for like Jordans,
right?
And which now like any like shit, that's like your typical, it's not so bad. And I remember making a comment like, oh dude, I don't think I'll ever buy shoes for $80. Ha, jokes on me because I've definitely bought some dress shoes for.
But to be fair, that it's somewhat inflation.
Yeah.
Because I know what you mean. I mean, I feel like back then we could get $40 shoes.
Oh, dude, my parents had...
So 80 was like... Oh, well, yeah, Payless was even less.
Yeah, my parents were strict $40 and under for your shoes.
I mean, that's fair.
And that's why I was buying Converse, because Converse were like $25. So whatever, made that comment. And I remember we were in middle school, so I had like my Dickie pants, a polo shirt. You know, I was a little bit of a skater kid already at the time. So like, you know, I the hair sticking up and everything, a little spiky hair. And the kid looks at me, this fucking asshole goes, oh, well, yeah, you'll never buy them because you only buy poor people's shoes. And he told me this about my Converse. I remember like not having a comeback or anything. I was just like, wow. Jokes on him though, because 2 years later, while we were in high school, that motherfucker was wearing Converse when Converse became cool again, and everybody was buying Converse, and like the price went from like $20 to like $50. Now they're like $60 for a pair of Converse, and I'm like, oh dude, cool Chucks. Remember how you said that those were poor people's shoes? Yeah. And I just walked away. I'm like, fucking dick.
And guess what? You paid more than I paid for them.
Yeah, pendejo.
See, that's why I think class is an issue.
Yeah.
You know, like people don't want to talk about it so much because they think it's not a problem. It'll get there. The way they're treating racism right now, give it 15 years, we'll be treating classism like that.
And you know what it is, dude? I think that's a good segment for today's movie.
Yeah.
For those sticked around for us, thank you, y'all. We appreciate you. No, we were Coop and I, we kind of mentioned this in the last episode, but we really enjoyed The Joker, the movie with Joaquin Phoenix that came out in 2019. The only problem is I saw that movie when it came out, and I was at my beginning stages where I was already like deep in my anxiety and depression. It wasn't escalated as bad, but I was really like going through that. And Coop, I think you're going through the same thing also, right?
Oh yeah,
around that time,
because that was right the year my mom passed.
Yeah, it's around the time also that your mom passed.
So yeah, I did not watch this movie when it first came out.
I remember going to a movie theater, and I just remember seeing it, and like, not to sound freaking cheesy or anything, but like a lot of the things that mannerisms that what's the characters Arthur Fleck, or what's his name? What's the Joker's?
Well, in this movie, his name is
Arthur.
I know. I should have it. It's just there's so much writing on this.
Scroll down to.
And I was supposed to rewatch.
Let's check the plot.
There we go. I could do cast. Probably would have been
Arthur
Fleck.
Yeah. Like a lot of his mannerisms, is very like I saw a lot of my mannerisms in there. And still, like, when I was rewatching this prior to recording this episode, I was still seeing them. Like, fuck, like, I still remember, like, some of those mannerisms are not there as much as they were before. Yeah. But I still see them.
What are you referring to?
Well, there's like a scene where at the beginning where he's kind of talking and he's saying like nobody fucking cares. He's having a cigarette and he's constantly like shaking his leg like I am right now.
Oh yeah, me too.
And I do that a lot. I used to do that so much. I haven't done it lately a lot. I've noticed that kind of tick, has stopped. But I remember like I'll be shaking my leg and my sister will freak out because she'll think it's like a fucking earthquake.
Steph will do the same thing with me. Yeah.
Yeah, and then my mom will be like, "Hey, stop!" You know, she'll tell me.
It's kind of feels good though. I don't know. It's like comforting.
Yeah. I also sometimes when I lay in bed, I'll like move my feet. Also, same thing. But lately now, what I've been doing is like rather than doing like the leg, I've been like scratching. But even then, I catch myself.
Yeah, I feel like that's worse though.
Yeah. I see myself stop, but yeah, doing like that mannerism really like seeing him like, especially when he's uncomfortable or like in
maybe go back to the leg, dude.
Bring it back.
I mean, look, think about it this way.
Bring back the classics.
Worst thing is going to happen is someone's going to say, "Stop doing that."
Yeah.
But you're literally when you're scratching. I mean, you've mentioned this a few episodes.
It's self-harm.
It's an issue, you know, and it's something you're not happy about, and you know. That's the problem is when you take away a problem and you try and just cold turkey replace it, it might cause something else to be an issue. And that's the thing. Where it's like, and that's when you figure out, it's like, okay, so this wasn't so bad.
Yeah.
Because I do the leg thing too. And I also, like I'm fidgeting with my headphone.
Yeah.
I do that all the time. But I feel like that's just more of like something you do when you're talking.
Mm-hmm.
The leg thing, I totally understand. It is like a tick. But I'm guilty of that, so I hear you.
That was one mannerism I noticed. Another thing that the laughing uncontrollably, I don't do it. I've never done that before, but I've definitely seen a lot of my my students, like when they're in trouble or you're kind of like you're kind of talking to them or like some sort of punishment happens, like you can out of nerve or something, you start laughing or giggling. Not to the Joker's like
because for him it was more like he was just like whenever things weren't going his way, he would start laughing kind of shit. And I was just like, that's scary because it feels like it's like a warning sign for something bad.
Yeah, and that's what essentially got him in trouble when he ended up killing those people in the subway.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't stop laughing. So that part at the very opening scene also, like I remember seeing.
I was kind of okay with those. I hate to interrupt you, but
Yeah.
I was kind of okay with those people dying.
Oh, 100%.
They were scum.
Oh yeah.
You know, and not that he wasn't murdered. He murdered them.
Yeah.
Like, it was murder.
Yeah.
So like I get it, but I was like, it was definitely like, it wasn't like he was. That was probably one of the most.
I was okay.
The most pure kills he did.
Here's the thing, also, like we were just talking about class and stuff, and those people, those three young men, represented like high class, high, feeling they're entitled to do whatever it is that they want to because they have money.
Here's this poor slob down on his luck. Let's talk shit to him.
Let's talk shit, and and you see this when Thomas Wayne is in the interview. He's doing the interview. He goes, "Oh, people are just jealous because some of us, are successful and we try hard to work hard, or like we're successful because of a hard work." And I'm like, have some fucking self-awareness there, Mr.
But
Wayne.
he's got a point, because when you are the rich guy that's doing things, people are always going to talk shit about what you're not doing, because the common thread of, oh, if you make so much money, why don't you help out? Why don't you help out these businesses? Why don't you do that? You know why? Because those businesses don't even help each other out.
Yeah.
So you want working class people. Not that Thomas Wayne is working class. He's working class slash rich, because I'm totally defending the Wayne family here.
Yeah, you are.
Which I think is fair.
Hey,
because
different perspective.
They did a lot of philanthropy. They basically are responsible for Gotham even having, like, their death is what caused the city to go downhill and the crime rate to skyrocket. It was already going that way, but as soon as his parents, Batman's parents, were murdered, everything just went to complete chaos and shit. But anyway, it was kind of them, like, they're unpopular because they're rich, but it's also because, like, even look at me, like, I was hating on the Queen. I mean, the Queen, these are fictional characters. The Queen didn't do the philanthropy at the level that the Waynes did for Gotham City. But, like, I get it. Like, it's classic classism of let's hate the rich. Yeah. And I'm guilty of that too, Yeah. But in this film, like you just said, these weren't like good rich guys. These were like the dickhead, like,
the entitlement.
Batman would have whipped their asses too.
Oh, 100%. And this is why I love the character of Batman, specifically the one that Christian Bale plays. Yeah. Is that
fuck yeah.
He plays the arrogant rich guy during the daytime to kind of like protect himself, and then but at night he's a work. Everybody thought he was a working class dude.
Well, and he doesn't get sleep because he has to be awake as Bruce Wayne, and then be out at night as Batman.
Yeah. But yeah, one of the opening scenes on Joker, and this one got to me. It got to me when I first saw it. And last night I was like, "Fuck, that's fucking powerful." Is the Joker, or Arthur is putting up his makeup,
right? And
then he kind of like he does his little
with his fingers
like for a smile, and then he puts his face down. Then he does the thing again, and a tear comes down, and that I remember seeing that the first time, and it was so relatable because I was like, "Damn, dude, that's when I saw him like, fuck." That's me, in the sense that I'm fucking hurting in the inside.
Yeah.
I'm fucking like, I wish I can just like let it out and all that shit, but I can't out of fear, So I was like putting on this mask, to go to work, put on this mask like everything's okay. Put on this mask like to pretend that, so nobody will worry, or so no one will think that I'm, going through it. And in a way, like, that's what Arthur did. Like, he put on this makeup, this clown that represents like happiness and like joy, and inside he's like, behind the mask, he's going through mental illness.
Yeah.
So for me, like, that was very like powerful, and makes me think of how many people don't we know who like are going out to work, support their family or whatever, and they have to like hide who they really are because they need to do what they have to do in order to survive or thrive.
Well, and I think a big part of the reason why this movie got such critical response positively from like people in the industries. I think it's because few people, like the actors liked it, and then the comedians liked it because excuse me, it really showed with or without the mental illness, it really showed the birth of wanting to start a trade like stand-up comedy, and just the growing pains and the accolades and all the stuff, the hardships you got to deal with before you can even become someone who's writing jokes regularly, having regular spots. I mean, you really got to eat shit for like probably months or years and be made fun of the way he was on stage. So I also identified, not that I'm a comedian, but I really identified with a lot of the his character. Not not the persona of the Joker per se, but his character as a stand-up, which I really liked about this film because it wasn't focusing on the criminal aspect of the Joker. It was really focusing on his human aspect. Yeah. And you really have not seen that in anything. And I don't think anything has shown us that in the comics or in the films.
The only one that kind of did it again, the Christian Bale Dark Knight trilogy with Heath Ledger, rest in peace. What a fucking phenomenal.
Oh yeah, that was a killer role.
But like he kind of talks about like his dad being abusive and telling him like, "Why so serious, son?" You know. But just to that extent though.
But I didn't buy that because if you watch that scene, he has a couple stories of why he got his scars. So and none of them match up.
Well, he was saying that his dad used to tell him that all the time, but then he said it was bring it up that his wife was like sick or something. So in order to like bring her joy, he kind of did that so he can always be smiling.
Yeah, because I'm sure she asked for that. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like, he's clearly psychotic, and he's not keeping his stories consistent. So in my opinion, the Heath Ledger Joker was a habitual liar.
I can see that.
That's what I took. I took that he was a psychotic with a habitual liar. The reason he was not likable. He was the most criminal, scary Joker we probably ever had. Because he didn't have another persona. Yeah. This guy is Arthur. That Joker with Heath Ledger was basically almost like complete anarchy.
Oh, complete.
There was no origin story. No one knew who the fuck he was, where he came from, nothing, which I liked because that was different. But the thing that I like about this was more to like the human aspect. This is a person that is going through hardships, that has a very creepy relationship with his mother. Yeah. Very Norman Batesy. Very like, I love you to the point where you shouldn't show that kind of love for your mom. Yeah. Every time he danced with his mom, to me, it creeped me out. And maybe it was just the way the movie was edited, but I just felt like there was a weird incestual undertone between him and his mom that just always kind of bothered me in the film, that I thought, and it might have been that she has been cast as the maid in the American Horror Stories. Yeah. So maybe it's that I'm using my bias and projecting that on, but I don't think so, because I got creepy vibes with the mother-son relationship in that film.
Well, absolutely, because if you think about it, like, he's the only one, that's the only relationship he knows. And if I remember, Arthur was also born in the insane asylum because mom was there.
Yeah, because she was in there. Yeah. So he was Tupac, basically.
Yeah. Oh, great reference. But tell you what, we'll take a quick little break because we're going to do a little switcherooning with the lights over here. Yeah. You guys won't notice it, but we will. So we're going to pause it right there, and we'll be right back.
Perfect. I'm going to drain the vein, as they say. Yeah. Hey, we're back. Hey. I think we're better now.
Oh.
Are you better now?
Definitely. They call it the restroom for a reason.
Not a lot of resting went on with that, though. I'll tell you.
No. Fighting demons out
there.
Some
straining. some wall holding. Some head shaking.
Some life choices.
Head shaking more than one way.
Yup. Yeah. Exorcist style.
So, to carry on where we were, basically next part of the film, which was interesting, was when he finds the letter that was originally written to his mom, from his mom to Thomas Wayne, correct? Mm-hmm. So, without going into too much detail with that, because we don't really have to, my take on that was interesting was I feel like the mom was lying.
No, well, the mom
was it true? Was it really true, or was she full of shit?
She was full of shit because
that's what I thought too.
At the end, remember, he goes and he's talking to Alfred,
right?
And Alfred's like, "Oh yeah, I know your mom." Like, no, that's not true. He's like, "You're only gonna make a fool out of yourself."
Yeah, because that's when he's at the gate, right?
Yeah, and understandably,
well, because dude, that was a freaky part too, because he was talking to fucking Bruce.
Not only that, but he was fucking with like his face.
Yeah, I would have fucked that guy up.
Yeah, dude.
Touch my kid.
Yeah, so I feel like they implied it were like, oh shit, that might be truth, because he goes, oh, you'll only make yourself look foolish, like blah blah blah.
Right.
To an extent, that was correct. That was right. But what you see here also is like it kind of fuels his idea that he is related to the Wayne family.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what else would they want to keep this a secret? Blah blah blah.
I mean, that does make you feel like, what if it is true?
Yeah.
Because then part of you thinks like, of course, even if Thomas Wayne isn't a bad person, like he probably doesn't want to bring light to the scandal.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a weird thing to do. He's a man of power.
Yeah.
As we know, those people bury things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you're kind of in that situation where you're like, just because he's criminally insane doesn't mean he's wrong.
Yeah.
But then you're like, oh wait, his mom was also criminally insane.
Yeah, because at the end I believe he breaks into like
Arkham.
Yeah, and he gets the information.
Yeah, like her file.
Yeah, and I believe she was pregnant. She got pregnant. I don't know. I was really like dozing off during this time, but I believe she was pregnant while she was in the.
Yeah, I think you're right, because we just made the Tupac reference.
Yeah, that's true.
She definitely was pregnant during. But the thing did we find out that she is his mother though? Did we ever find that out?
That is true. That can be confirmed.
That it is. She is his mom.
Yes.
Okay, but he's not necessarily related to the Waynes.
No, not at all.
As a side thing, there is a Pennyworth origin story on HBO right now. Did you know that? A series.
Somebody told me that. You might have told me that.
It might have been me.
Yeah.
I started watching it. Really cool and interesting because it's kind of like, remember how I was mentioning Batman Begins, how it's fun, how he's training with the League of Shadows?
Yeah.
So Alfred's basically doing his training, which isn't just being a butler. It's kind of, he's in like a military like kind of program.
Mm-hmm.
He's almost like an MI6 kind of person, you know, like kind of like a secret agent type shit. But that makes sense because who better to be a butler than someone who could, you know, protect the child? I mean, it's basically like the movie Man on Fire.
Yeah, that's
like
exactly.
Alfred is basically Denzel.
That's
right?
exactly who I was thinking about right now. Also,
yeah,
like that's exactly like his own personal bodyguard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because I mean, in the comics and the way we grew up and with the movies, Alfred's really always this old man.
Mm-hmm.
But Alfred's not an old man until Bruce is an adult.
Yeah, duh.
So, right, which I know sounds stupid, but the whole point of that is he was protecting him until he was an adult, and then obviously Bruce Wayne, as an adult, could protect himself. But either way, I love that they're doing an Alfred Pennyworth origin series on HBO, but Alfred's always been kind of the mystery figure with Batman for me too, because he's always kind of been his father figure in a lot of ways, because Bruce was so young when he lost his dad, and I feel like the legacy that Alfred had to teach to teach Bruce and to convince him to like maintain the image of the family name, you know, that's which I also loved about Batman Begins was Alfred's character played by Michael. It's Michael, right? Oh, God damn.
God, I'm horrible with names, dude.
So annoying. The dude who played Alfred in the Christopher Nolan one.
Yeah.
Michael Caine. Thank you, me.
Thanks, me, for reminding me.
Michael Caine. He explains in Batman Begins, which I believe is 2003.
Mm-hmm.
He says, you know, like, because it's kind of the point where Bruce is like, he's upset with shit. It's pre him going to the training.
Yeah.
And he's like, you may not have like an invested like thing in this, but your father worked his whole life to build this name, this house, like this legacy that your family has maintained for years. And it'd be a grand disservice to your lineage and your family, you know, if you didn't keep it going.
Mm-hmm.
And I respect that because I feel like that is also an important value. This has nothing to do with the Joker, but it is an important value to have, which is to maintain history, which is, like your lineage. Know your history and keep up the family name, because that's the only way you have legacies. Like, that's the only way you build that, and I think everyone wants a legacy.
Yeah.
Right?
No, yeah. And it's like, it reminds me of, what's that play? Hamilton. When he goes, there's a part that goes, and when you die, who will carry your name? Who writes your story?
Right.
And that's kind of like, especially with people like in power like that, who've like worked hard to have like their name associated with prestige and shit, like maintaining it and trusting it. And it kind of goes with the show I've been talking about that I've been watching lately, Succession, or that kind of that whole like who carries on the legacy is kind of going on right now.
Yeah, and making sure that they do it right.
Exactly.
Even
like,
from the grave.
Yeah, and it's even like it becomes this thing where it's like it's all about ego and like, no, I don't want to give this position to anybody else, especially when my kids, because I don't trust them.
No.
And
that's the scary thing about money, is it even defies trust in a family setting. I mean, we've talked about stuff, and in our own personal lives, and it's funny how common it is. It's a total common problem that money will always be something that divides us. Can bring us together, but more times than not, it's a divisive tool, and it's a shame. But it's just like, I'm glad me and you aren't those type of people that value it more than real relationships, real people. Because there's a lot of people out there that think cash is their life, and well, we're going to be a cashless society in probably about 10 years.
Yeah,
so,
I wouldn't surprise. Yeah,
you're gonna collect NFTs and
I know everybody's
cry in your attic.
I know everybody's talking about how cash still cash money, but not a lot of people carry cash that much anymore.
I mean, I'm sure it's not going to go away as in being gone.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
I mean, as far as it turning into a cycled out type thing, and they're just going to start accepting electronic payments. I'm okay with it.
I'm okay with it too. Sometimes I don't want to go to a bank and take out cash.
No, but the thing I do like about cash is that it's our money, and it's where and I want it now. No, it's our money and it's in our pocket. The thing that's scary about digital currency is we're not using our money and the banks are collecting interest on it. So that is part of the scam, right? So they got to fix this whole banking system.
Yeah.
Who knows when that's going to fucking happen? But once they can figure out a way where the digital currency will be used and not like overused, because I feel like banks want you to fucking just not, I don't know. We don't even need to get into a conspiracy about banks, but it's just like, I understand why people want the physical representation, but money's so fucking dirty. So it's I'm cool with no. I'm kind of okay with it. But I understand people have a trust issues, and I do as well. Digital currency is very new. It's promising, but it's not.
But
no
the concept is new.
There's no security. There's no, until they can figure out a way to guarantee things like how the FDIC covers banks when they lose money, they get robbed. You don't lose your money. It's like, what's going to happen when the hackers shut down the crypto bank? And I don't know. I don't know enough about it, but
yeah.
But anyway, Arthur, man, once he started going off the deep end, once he got talked to Alfred, kind of had that interaction, and it was not happy. Things really changed for him.
And not only that, but the way society responded to the killings, and him knowing they were talking about him, or people were seeing, some of them were seeing him as a hero type, and that kind of really like started to like really mess with him, because he said like, oh, my whole he said this several times, for like, oh, my whole point in life is to bring joy and happiness to others,
right?
So like, he's like, oh, maybe by doing these killings, I brought joy and happiness to some people.
Well, to defend him somewhat on the train, the woman was being harassed.
Yeah.
He was also being harassed.
Yeah.
I don't consider it. This was the one time that he did something where I don't feel like it wasn't like, ooh, that was my stomach. That That was the one time I felt like he did something and it was like reactionary. It wasn't necessarily like premeditated. I don't think he went on the train because he was carrying the gun with him. That's how he lost his job at the hospital. It fell out of his coat, which is a fucking big no-no at a children's hospital, but or any hospital. But so he carries the gun anyway. So that's why I'm like, he wasn't necessarily looking for trouble. I think he just was, he's packing.
He's in the wrong place. He's in the wrong place in the wrong time. But of course, we see that because we witnessed that he was being harassed.
Right. We
essentially, it can even go as self-defense. But except for the last guy, that guy, he chased him down and killed him.
Yeah.
But
like the dog he is.
But the media turned it as, oh, this guy, this person in the clown mask like killed him, out of like, and they target him because they're like rich people.
So that's my thing too. Like, I feel like I don't know if it would have been as bad or looked at as bad if you didn't have the makeup on.
Yeah.
Maybe they would have been like, oh, it was a struggle. This person was trying to help this other civilian.
Yeah.
These guys tried to rob him and it didn't work out so well for him.
Either way.
But when you got the makeup on and you're laughing, people are going to be like, this fool's unhinged.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you've ridden Bart.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. That's the thing I think about. I'm like, there's plenty of those type of people that are crazy. But to be the person that goes up to them and wants to act like a hall monitor and regulate the train as if like this person shouldn't be here because they're laughing uncontrollably, that's a little shitty to me.
Yeah,
it's
I
like,
feel that.
Why don't you just go to another car? Why don't you just ignore them? There's so many things that could have been done.
Mm-hmm.
What makes you the fucking like manager of this whole train to the point where you got to be like, look, dude, you're not acting right.
Like who?
Like, did someone go up to you and complain?
Yeah, and why you take that responsibility on you, dude?
Because they're bullies. Yeah, and that's the whole point of that scene is, and I think that's why no one had a problem with those deaths. Mm-hmm. It's because they were bullies who got their fucking swift end of the law. Like, that's how it works sometimes, man. You fucking bite off more than you can chew.
It's a dog-eat-dog world out here.
But isn't that what we learned, like, since Columbine, right?
Yeah.
We've been taught as children, like, it's like bullying, first of all, is wrong regardless. But to keep prodding and picking on the same people all the time, you're creating a fucking monster.
Yeah, you are. Because it's building up rage. And
especially when you know those people aren't going to fight back, and you're just bullying them because you know that you can.
Because they're physically bigger than that person or something. Yeah, that's where, like, is really, really bad.
Well, and that's another relatable thing about this movie, too, is a lot of the bullying. Like, yeah, sure, he's crazy, but everyone can relate to being different and being looked at. Like, I mean, how many times have you wanted, like, at a young age, this probably doesn't happen so much anymore, and because we're adults and we all kind of get things more, but at a young age, I remember there were plenty of times, like in middle school or even elementary school, where I would be judged and criticized, but I wasn't saying things that how I wanted to say it. Mm-hmm. Kind of like how you said you didn't have a comeback for that guy.
Yeah.
That was me in high school. People capped on me all the time. Never had a fucking comeback. It wasn't until high school that I really started like.
You had to be on your toes.
Yeah. And I'm happy that happened because you need to kind of adapt, because if you can't be witty with these idiots, man, it's rough. It's hard to take all those words and just sit there and do nothing. So like and as someone who was bullied at a young age a lot, I understand the anger that comes behind that. I mean, thankfully I didn't have the home situation that Arthur did, but it's just, I think that's the scary part about these movies, is how relatable these antagonists or main characters that are going through tragedy are, because whether it's figurative or literal, like, it's relatable.
Yeah, I was seeing a stand-up last week. I think I told you I was going to see this dude from Davis. He's South Asian American. And on the skit, he's saying that he used to go to school and used to get bullied because he was the only like South Asian Indian guy in fucking Davis. So he used to get bullied like crazy at school, but rather than taking it out on the bulliers, he would take it out on his like younger siblings or on his parents for like curse me for being fucking immigrant or curse me for being different. And as you were saying, that makes me, I was thinking of this, and I'm pretty sure we've done it also myself, where like you get bullied, you feel different, and you're like, fuck, how come I can't be more like those dudes? How come I can't be more like that?
Yeah.
How can I can't be like this or that? Or how my life will be different if this and that? And you take out your frustration on other people. Arthur really didn't take off his frustration that much on other people in the beginning. But you can tell, like, when he was making up different scenarios in his head, like he's watching a TV show with Robert De Niro, and he's like, oh, imagine if you would come up and be like, hey, I really like you, blah, blah, blah. Or like he sees himself doing like the comedian show and like nailing it and going out with that neighbor. Like,
oh yeah,
she was pretty. She was pretty. She was cool.
I'm like, if she was not a single mom, she's totally was. Everyone knew she was out of his league.
Oh, 100%.
But if she wasn't the weak-willed kind of apartment single mother, I don't think she even would have went out with him.
I don't even think she never even went out with him.
Technically, she didn't. You're right. You're right. She just went to the show and watched him bomb.
I don't even think she went to the show.
Oh, that wasn't her who went to the show.
No, he
imagined that.
He imagined that. He imagined that he started a relationship with her.
Oh, that's right.
And everything.
Right. See, and then that's when you start figuring out that he's like his mother.
Yeah.
She did the same thing with Bruce Wayne or Thomas Wayne.
Thomas Wayne, yeah.
Which, by the way, Thomas Wayne, you know who the actor is?
No, who is it?
It is the bad guy quarterback from The Replacements.
Oh,
Eddie Martell. Also the dad.
Oh.
Also the dad in.
Let me see.
Fuck, what are?
Trying to look for his name over here. Where is he?
Brett Cullen. Here we go. There he is.
Oh yeah, he is the freaking
West Wing.
He is the quarterback.
Yep. He looks like shit now.
Well, I mean, at the age of how old is he?
He's old. He's 65. White people age like leather mitts, dude.
But Keanu Reeves looks fucking fantastic still.
Well, Keanu Reeves
is a fucking vampire.
He's a vampire, and he also has Asian blood. He's a half Japanese, I want to say.
He's
Hawaiian. Half Hawaiian.
Of course he is.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
A name like Keanu, too, it kind of...
Yeah.
It works.
Fantastic character also. But we're
yeah, that's Eddie Martell in The Replacements.
Yep, that makes sense.
And he was in Gridiron Gang.
Really? Who was he?
Frank Torrance? Probably one of the prison guards or something. Or maybe maybe either... No. Oh, no, he was assistant, maybe?
No, it wasn't the assistant, but he was like one of the guys who helped organize the football team with The Rock.
Like coordinators. One of the like assistant coaches or something.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That was a cool movie. Because it was like I always like football movies, but it was like a coming of age. He's helping the kids out. It was a good movie. Gridiron Gang, solid. Yeah, this movie. I was gonna ask you, what did you think? What did you think about De Niro's character in this film? As a TV show host, what was your opinion on him?
I didn't mind it. I liked it more. I like his character than one of the most recent shit he's done. I feel like he's been playing like...
Well, but I mean, in as far as it relates to the movie, not necessarily his career.
Oh.
Like, how did you like his character?
I guess I didn't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
I really think that much of it. I do feel like at first it made him seem... Well, again, we're seeing this perspective through Arthur's mind, that he seemed like this very nice, genuine grandfather, father figure type of person. And that's Arthur creating the scenarios in his head. But then then you have and then when he actually meets him and, this Joker, and kind of talks shit, especially like how he looks down on Arthur or the Joker in this case, you're kind of like seeing like, damn, this guy's a fucking dick. But at the same time, you're talking to a guy who's saying, yeah, I just fucking killed him, because by that time Arthur already gone off the fucking...
Well, no, okay, so that's the ending part, really. Mm-hmm. I'm talking like when he was making the appearances.
Yeah.
So no, I mean, what I was gonna say was,
elaborate, please.
At first, I thought, okay, he's kind of a dick, right?
Yeah.
De Niro's somewhat of a dick. I changed my opinion. Now, hear me out, because like you just said, we're biased. We're watching Arthur. We're sympathetic.
Yeah.
We feel sorry for him. If we weren't feeling sorry for this guy and it was an outside perspective, This is a lunatic that a talk show host brings on. That, by the way, they do that. They bring all those street comedians on and like they have sets and they're helping them out.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's like if a guy's acting creepy, you can't back him up.
Yeah.
You kind of got to make fun of it and go along because the whole point of it, I think a lot of people, and including myself at first, I was like, oh, he's kind of mocking him with the people and he's kind of forcing him. But look, he's a clown.
Yeah.
That's his image, and clowns are meant to be laughed at, whether you're laughing with them or laughing at them. And usually it's at them.
Yeah.
So I think part of the problem, too, was that he was not a real clown performer because he was too sensitive. I feel like a lot of clowns, I think they needed to put up with a little more abuse. Like, that was kind of the personas. You're kind of the butt of the joke. You're a fucking jester.
Yeah, you really are. But also by this time, I think Arthur was already so fed up with like society just treating him like shit.
And he was at his boiling point.
Yeah, he really was. And essentially that's what that was the straw that broke the camel's back on that one.
On live television.
On live television, being ridiculed and just being fed up with people like just treating them like shit.
Best scene in the movie for me.
Oh yeah. Cuz
we're just gonna talk about it. It's 3 years old now.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't seen it, too fucking bad.
Yeah,
you shouldn't even gotten this far in the podcast.
It's on HBO.
But dude, did you see that coming?
I kind of saw it.
Yeah.
Because you can tell Joaquin Phoenix, all the shit you want to talk about Joaquin Phoenix, fucking amazing actor. Though.
Oh yeah,
amazing actor, dude. But by that time when he comes out and he's kind of like his mannerisms is already like he has like this cocky,
right? He's almost like the Joker now. He's no longer Arthur.
Yeah, and he really took on the name, that persona. He put on the mask. He did the little weird dancing thing he does, which I still cannot figure out what's the whole point of that dancing thing that he does by himself. Like when he's really like nervous or like.
No, I mean it's his psychosis. I feel like it's kind of the same as his laughter. It's a thing that he just does that doesn't necessarily make sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's just his coping mechanism or his tick.
Yeah, I can see that. But you know, with fucking the cinema, he always
right.
Like, oh,
like, what's the hidden meaning?
Yeah. So he's doing that, and I think by the time he came out, he already full on took this jester, this person who's gonna set the world right by putting people who, you know, and there's like riots going on outside already. There's people, so is feeding into his ego, and again, he always thought that his whole purpose in life was to bring joy and shit. He's like, oh, this is my point. This is my whole life. This is the moment I've been waiting for. So by that time, he's not even him, and you can see it, like his mannerisms, his kind of like even how like looks and shit. Yeah. You're like, oh fuck, this fool looks like
it's Gomer Pyle from fucking Full Metal Jacket.
He feels creepy. He looks fucking creepy.
Well, you see Full Metal Jacket, right?
Yeah.
Like the scene where he's right before he kills the drill sergeant.
Yeah, and
he's taking shit all movie, and then he's just, or half the movie, and then he just goes, "Fuck it, I'm killing you and killing myself."
Yeah, he's so done.
But it was like that blank, scary, like look, and you're like,
the emotionless kind of feel to it. Another thing also that really, really fucking got to me, and I can't. This is right in the beginning, where he asked for the social worker asked for his journal, and writing goes, "I just hope that my death makes more meaning than my life."
Yeah,
and I was like, "Fuck, dude, that's like
depressing.
That's depression. That's depressing.
That's like a Nirvana lyric.
It really is, dude." And I'm like, "Fuck, imagine how many people have thought that before."
Oh, I think people still think that.
I want absolutely
like thinking it right now.
Yeah. So, yeah, what a
great film for mental health. And like, I know that sounds so catty of me, but because I usually do that accent. What a great film! But like, I really mean that. Like, what a great film for mental health, because it shows it in a way that's not boring. It shows it in a way that's not very textbook and stuffy. And it's a relatable, entertaining story that's tied in with Batman. And
not only that, but it's a different perspective. Because sure, this film is not the first film about mental illness or anything like that. The other one that comes to my mind is Girl Interrupted with Winona Ryder, Brittany Murphy.
Oh yeah. I've never seen that movie.
Angelina Jolie. You haven't seen it?
Oh, but I know of it. I know what you're talking about.
And even then, like, that one's a good movie, but I still feel like it's not from the perspective of like a person actually going through it and through his eyes. And that's why I think the big Joker at the end, you realize you've been seeing the movie through his like false world that he created. So for me, that was, if you haven't seen Girl Interrupted, I highly suggest. It's a really good movie, in my humble opinion. But yeah, it's a great film for that, and I can see why like a lot of people were like not comfortable seeing it, because first off, it's a very dark movie.
Yeah.
And then if it has, I mean, I feel like everybody can relate to that one way or the other. And I think that's where it made a lot of people uncomfortable, because they don't want to admit those.
I think I should check it out, because especially since I think it'll hit home more with me now that I was in that psych place.
Yeah.
She's in a full on like, I got to get checked in, and I can't I'm not getting out of here.
And even Arthur also went to the hospital.
Yeah.
He was not the end, but during his life, he was also in there. Mm-hmm. The ending still, like, I don't get it. Like, he's a mental institute, but did he escape, or is he like, because at the very end, he's like running around and they're like chasing him.
Well, the very end, they crash into the cop car and he gets out.
Yeah.
So he's just on the loose. And my opinion was he's the Joker now, and he's on the loose. And this is how it starts.
Yeah.
And it may not be right away. He's probably going to get a bunch of people together, because the Joker has goons.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got to take into consideration, timeline-wise, how long was the Joker a villain before Batman became prominent? Because Batman is only, about 8?
Yeah, Bruce Wayne didn't become Batman until his 30s.
Yeah, so it's a good 20-some-odd years still before you get Batman.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if the Joker was a villain for that long before Batman came around.
Well, the thing that sucks is, like, fuck, Batman's been beating up this old man this whole time. But one good thing that this movie does, and also the series Gotham does, is that it represents that Joker isn't just one person, it's multiple personas, and people take on this persona. And so there's different aspects to the Joker, even though it may not be the original one, but it's like different aspects, and people take this persona. And yeah, maybe it is like a whole mafia goon thing where one steps out or gets taken out, the next person steps in and becomes the next Joker.
But I meant more like henchmen.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. No, he absolutely has a whole fucking crew.
But
they all do.
The ending was kind of cool. I gotta say, like, you're definitely on Team Joker the whole movie, right?
Yeah.
But even as a fan of the series, I'm like, even if he's a bad piece of shit, I'm on Team Joker. Like, this movie's dope. Like, and the Joker's one of those villains, like, just like the devil, like if there's no Bruce Wayne, you know what I mean? It's a yin yang of the story.
Yeah.
The Joker is the arch nemesis of Batman. There's no bigger foe for Batman than the Joker.
No, and I think because on the original Batman that came out in the 80s,
the Keaton,
Keaton one, the Joker essentially is the one who kills the Waynes.
Yes, which I think is the only story of that being that.
Yeah,
I don't think it was ever explained who did it.
Yeah,
that movie did that. Also, that movie, I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love Jack Nicholson, but going back, I'm like, the Bales, as far as like Batman movies, are like the best all around, just because of like how much they show it to detail about all the characters, not just like. So the reason I like the Tim Burton one though is because I did enjoy his twist on it.
Mm-hmm.
I liked that it was Smilex and all that made people smile. And that was scary as fuck.
Yeah.
The whole like gas that made people smile.
Yeah.
But I like it for what it is, but to me, the Tim Burton Batmans, in a way, no, they're still classic. I don't hate them.
They're definitely classics.
They're not necessarily my favorite, but they're my favorite for nostalgia, but they're not. If I'm gonna go favorite, I'm probably going the Bale series.
Not only that, but I think those, like, Tim Burton does a very twisty, dark but colorful kind of twist
which I like.
It's not bad. Yeah, it's not bad. And I mean, the dude made amazing movies, but
he only did the first 2.
Yeah,
the really colorful one was Joel Schumacher, who decided to put nipples on the Batsuit.
Yes,
yeah,
for some reason.
I mean, it is homoerotic.
Um,
The man is of outward. Is it right to say outwardly gay?
but he definitely he also directed the one with Val Kilmer also, right?
I gotta double check, but I think so.
Mm-hmm.
So which is kind of weird because then he's just like, all right, we'll change the Batman.
Yeah, but by that time, like the Batman was more of a cartoonish kind of.
Yeah, I mean, once you got to Batman and Robin with Mr. Freeze and everything, it was definitely like Batman on Ice.
Yeah.
That's one of my buddies.
Literally.
My buddy told me that in college. He was just like, watch Batman and Robin again. But instead of comparing it to an action film, think of it as Batman on Ice.
Yeah.
And you'll enjoy it more. And I was like, that's a really good
with
way
fucking
to put
Jim
it.
Carrey was in it, and then
As the Riddler.
Yeah. And then
Tommy Lee Jones was Two-Face.
Tommy Lee Jones was in it. Chris O'Donnell was
Batman,
Robin.
Batman.
And then on Batman Forever, you have Alicia
Silverstone.
I like that they kept Chris O'Donnell as Robin, but they changed Batman to George Clooney.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know. How do you feel about that? George Clooney or Val Kilmer? Who do you prefer?
I got no dog in that fight, but I'm going to give it to Val Kilmer because I kind of like the guy.
What do you mean you have
more.
no dog? You're not a Batman fan?
No, I am. You know what?
What does that mean? That means you don't have any interest.
No, you're right. You're right. I like them both, but I prefer Val Kilmer because I feel like Val Kilmer is a cooler guy.
But you were kind of hinting that it was a hard choice. Is that what you meant by I don't have a dog in the fight?
Yeah.
That's
I
fair.
think so.
It's hard for me too because here's the thing. Everyone wants to shit on George Clooney.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you right now, I think everyone just shitted on the whole movie. Like if George Clooney would have been in like the fucking Tim Burton ones, I don't think people would have talked shit about George Clooney because he was a great Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
As far as Batman went, he was okay. Same with Val Kilmer, I guess. But I really liked him as Bruce Wayne. I really liked George Clooney as Bruce Wayne. Neither of them, to me, were crazy enough and good enough to be Psycho Batman. Because Keaton, that's the thing about fucking Keaton that gets overlooked. He's a wild card.
Yeah, he is.
He's a very like good Bruce Wayne, but he's also can be that psycho Batman.
Mm-hmm.
And I got that from Bale.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll see what Pattinson's gonna do. But it's looking promising.
I was gonna say I'm gonna go in there without a single dog, without like any sort of bias or anything. Yeah. But I still haven't seen Ben Affleck.
You know what, dude? I have not. And just like what we were saying about the Joel Schumacher films, the movies, I heard it's a writing more so than it is acting. Yeah, that has been the issue with a lot of the DC stuff lately. Yeah. I heard he's fine as Batman. I actually heard he was pretty fucking good, and in some ways, I think people preferred him maybe over some of the other ones. Mm-hmm. Not like over the OGs. Yeah, I think some people even maybe argued he was better than Bale. I will argue to the death that Bale was the best Bruce Wayne.
100%.
Because he had it. This is what I loved about. Excuse me. This is what I loved about him as Bruce Wayne. Didn't you totally get American Psycho vibes?
100%.
It was so great. It was perfect.
I loved also. I forget which scene he is. This is on The Dark Knight when he goes into the restaurant with like 2 or 3, or with like the Brazilian actress. Yeah, and he sees what's Two-Face's name? Harvey Dent. And he goes, "Oh, well, let's put some tables together." And he's like, "Oh, I don't know if they'll allow you to do that." And he goes, "They should. I own the place." And he's just like points people, and it's like such a freaking like Playboy billionaire.
Well, that's a funny callback to the first film because since I rewatched it, he was there and he's all, "Excuse me, sir, you're going to have to leave. Your guests are swimming in the fountain." And it was the 2 girls he came with. They were like half naked. And he goes, "Here you go." He hands him a check. He's all, "I just bought this hotel. I'm gonna go for a dip." And nice. and like, but dude, but that's Bruce Wayne. Like he's playing, and I don't even think that's him. He is going above and beyond being the douchebag rich person that everyone will think does not care about the community. Yeah, because it's gonna be the last person you expect to be Bruce.
Exactly,
Batman.
And it's funny because this morning when I was taking a shower, before I came over to the studio, I was thinking like, fuck. How badass is it when he's about to die and he's telling Commissioner Gordon, this is on the Bane one, sometimes heroes, not all heroes were okay, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. sometimes they put a jacket on you when you're a little kid after you've seen your parents be murdered.
He was giving Commissioner Gordon
like who I am. Or, like who am I? And then he leaves, and Commissioner Gordon goes, Bruce Wayne? Like you couldn't believe it was Bruce Wayne, the Batman, the whole time. And I feel like that was the whole purpose of him being like this douchey millionaire playboy who just doesn't like. I feel like he's asleep in the freaking board meetings because
he's fighting crime.
He's fighting crime and kicking ass at
night.
But it also goes with his freaking persona. It's just like, oh, I'm just here, whatever. I'm just a party guy.
I'm partying.
Yeah.
So it's perfect because everyone just thinks he's hungover, but it's because he's fucking like saving people.
He's getting fucking stabbed. He's being attacked by dogs.
And that's what I liked about the trailer for the new Batman is the reporter interviewing Bruce, and she's like, what's funny is the Wayne Foundation are talked about philanthropists, but I can't see a single thing you've done for the city. And he just kind of chuckles, and I'm like, that's fucking dope.
Funny.
That's good.
One last thing about the Heath Ledger Batman that I always found fascinating is that whole scene when the Joker crashes the party and like he grabs the
pencil scene.
No. Like Bruce Wayne has a party going on and he grabs what's her face
Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Maggie Gyllenhaal, and she's like uncomfortable. Like apparently that was unscripted. That's the first time Maggie ever seen Heath as like the Joker full on makeup. First time period. Like anybody ever saw. So he's just out there doing the thing. So like her reaction is just because she feels uncomfortable and she feels she's freaked out by this guy coming in.
I love when you find that stuff out.
Oh, and I saw it and you go back and you see that scene and you're like, holy shit, that's like fucking fear. Like that's like
I
that's
love
so badass.
When they can capture that in cinema, it's the best. Like,
yeah.
You know about I'm looking right at it, but Django Unchained, prime example.
Which one?
The action figure right there.
Oh, yeah.
Leonardo DiCaprio's scene where he cuts his hand on the glass. Real.
Oh, yeah. That's,
and they kept it. And that is one of the most powerful scenes in that movie. Because it's kind of the turning point when it's no more fun and games anymore. I know what you guys are down with. I know you know about my shit. So this is over. And that's when not shortly after that, the gunfights and all that happened. But God, man, like I love real. You can't fake it, man.
Yeah.
It's real. That's as good as it gets.
Yeah. And when you capture the real reaction to it rather than like a scripted reaction.
Yeah, and even if you're an amazing actor, everyone knows you're acting.
Yeah.
Compared to a real
reaction.
Because you can't fake. You can fake fear, but it's not genuine fear.
Yeah.
And that's why they probably used that. They were like, plus they were probably like, okay, you already broke the window out. We're not going to reshoot this. I'm just kidding. But that's kind of the scene where he's holding her out the window and lets her go, right?
Yeah.
And then he's like, poor choice of words.
Oh, yeah.
Let her go.
No. It's
or am I thinking later?
You're thinking later. He comes in, or maybe it is the same scene. But like there's a party and he comes in, so where's Batman? Oh, he's looking for Bruce Wayne or something. So where's Bruce Wayne? Or have you seen
he's
him?
Like slapping people?
Yeah. You seen him?
That shit was hella funny.
Yeah. And then
he's eating their food too.
Yeah, and then he tells like, I got my these scars. Yeah.
He's like licking his mouth.
Yeah, and she's just like such a freaking
That's when
crazy.
He tells the story about his wife.
Yeah. That's true.
See, that's why I think he's a psychotic liar, because everyone else, it was him being physically abused. This time he was talking about a woman to another woman, and it made it seem like he was helping her.
Yeah.
Just kind of like the other Joker movie where it's like his view and the view.
Yeah.
Right.
One last thing also about the Joker. I know I said one last thing, but also that iconic scene where like he's walking away from the hospital and he's like in the nurse
gown.
Yeah, that was also improvised.
Oh, because it didn't charge. It didn't go off right away.
He knew.
And he was like, "What the fuck?"
He knew that there was going to be a delay. Like he knew.
But he wanted to act impatient.
Yeah, he wanted to act like what the heck.
That was one of the funniest scenes in the fucking movie where he's just like,
so what the. Like he pushes, like that was it,
and you could tell he didn't, because he still kind of jumps a little.
Yeah. and then he jumps once it finally explodes, and he goes out running. Like that scene was also improvised, where he's like walking, he clicks it, he knew it was supposed to like blow up, but then like that whole part where he turns around, and he's like, "What the fuck?" Like,
blowing up a hospital. Can you get much more criminal than that?
No.
I mean, that was the most fucking evil. I was like, this is just the shit. And then when he's burning the money, the pile of money.
For no reason. Yeah.
It's just like, I loved it.
Yeah.
Can you get scarier than that?
No. And because he's a wild card, he doesn't know what the heck he's doing.
And I think some people that are like weird purists, or I don't know, I shouldn't even say that, but I did have conversations and arguments with people the last 10 years about that. They were not fans of him.
Really?
They said, like, I didn't like the character. It was too anarchy. Like, that's not what the Joker is. And I'm like, I completely disagree.
I believe that's what the Joker is.
I think that's exactly what it is. And I feel like we don't know what the Joker is.
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
It's just a psychotic person. Yeah. What's his face says it best. Alfred says some people just want to see the world burn. Yeah.
Once again, Michael Caine Alfred, too.
Hey,
some people just want to see the world burn. I can't do his accent.
I can. You sounded more like Paul. You sound like George Harrison.
I sounded like some fucking dumb Beatle.
You sound like George.
I sounded like fake Paul.
Or for Paul. No, you sounded like
Ringo.
Ringo.
Yeah, I felt like Ringo.
You felt like a Ringo on that one.
I felt like I fell in an octopus's garden, dude. No.
Well, at least you're in the
Ringo
shade.
Song? Yeah, there you go. You knew it.
There you go. I got you.
You're just giving me the pause, and I thought you were messing with me. I'm all, don't leave me hanging.
No, of course I know that song.
Bitch.
That guitar riff on the intro on that song is fucking amazing.
Dude, because I think that's on Sgt. Pepper, right?
No, I think that's in...
It's before, right
the
before
Sgt. It's the one with the walrus, I think. I don't even know.
Eleanor Rigby? I don't know. Dude, I'm such a poser Beatle fan.
You freaking poser.
I know their music.
Oh no! When you hear the Beatles,
Blackbird singing in the dead of night.
Octopus
Garden. That is the first song I think Ringo wrote and sang.
Apparently, it's in Abbey Road.
Oh, Abbey Road.
Yeah.
So it is the album with Eleanor Rigby. I think it has also Abbey Road.
No, Eleanor Rigby is in Revolver. I believe.
Okay, I think you're right. Never mind.
They were deep in drugs in this time.
Good. And I support it. Because it wasn't a decline in them as people. It seemed like it was an expansion of that creativity.
Yeah.
You know? And that is when I'm okay with substances. Because if it's used to enhance, it should never be used to treat. It should never be used to hide from things. But if it's used as and look, I know this is going to sound socially irresponsible, but let's be honest. There's a lot of people out there that do drugs and do things because they want to rush.
Yeah.
I'm never going to tell people they shouldn't do things. Just be responsible.
Adrenaline junkies, if you will.
Yeah, because I'm chasing that dragon too, guys, okay? Like, I'm not doing it with hardcore drugs, but look, I'm chasing the fucking green dragon every night.
Mm-hmm.
And I can admit that. I want to get stoned, you know?
The green dragon?
The green dragon. Well, no, because people say chasing the dragon, but I'm like, I'm not doing H, so I'll say green dragon.
And whenever you say the green dragon, I feel like you're chasing your fucking dragon, your
Pete?
pet, your Pete. Yeah.
Pete the magic dragon? Yeah. Or Puff the magic dragon. There we go.
Why not both?
Well, because I think you're thinking of Puff the Magic Dragon, because the other thing is Pete's Dragon.
Yeah, no, I was thinking Pete's Dragon, but yeah,
the cartoon one.
Yeah, the cartoon
the
one.
big fat. Okay, so it was Pete's Dragon.
Which I'm not gonna lie, we're way derailed on this one.
It's okay,
but
it's almost done.
I love the remake rather than the one from the 60s, 70s where they have
they made a new Pete's Dragon.
Yeah, there's a new Pete's Dragon that came out in 2010-ish. 2010.
And it is. You said it's pretty good.
I liked it. As a person who's not a fan of remakes and shit, I liked it. So take that as you will.
Well, I will. And your two recommendations cinematically is Girl Interrupted and the new Pete's
Dragon that came out in 2016.
Oh wow.
Yeah, where have you been?
Probably chasing the other dragon.
Chasing the other dragon. Apparently
Pete wasn't on the list. Yeah, so that pretty much does it for this week, guys. We wanted to really focus on the mental aspect of the Joker. And if you guys haven't seen the film, I really recommend it. I believe it's still on HBO Max.
Yeah, it still is.
Check it out. If you're a fan of Batman, I think it would be great. Just keep in mind, I don't think anyone's plugging it like this. It's not an action film.
No, it's not.
There are some sequences in it, but for the most part, it is drama, thriller. I guess I would categorize it.
Yeah.
Really good film, really good subject matter, phenomenal acting on every angle of the film.
Yeah, everybody
was in it, casted, was absolutely amazing. And I will say this, man. You guys will be happy. I'm glad we didn't say anything, but De Niro, dude. All the De Niro fans need to watch this fucking movie, especially, just watch the movie. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Great De Niro movie. And it gave you a good feeling. I liked it. I don't know
liked
how
it too.
psychotic I sound by saying that.
It's very, it might be triggering for some people, but it's very good. And again, it ties in perfectly what we're doing is mental illness through the person's eye going through it.
First person.
POV.
Perspective. Yep, POV.
POV.
POV shots.
Not to be confused with POD.
And we were talking about them. They are the boys from the South. Ready or not.
Here in the South town, the kids don't play. You know what? Before we end
to the school.
Before we end this episode, because I know you're reaching towards the stop recording. The people need to know. I won't be canceled. I fucks with POD.
Oh, I like POD.
Okay.
I still think I whenever I hear POD, I think of 8th grade for me, because it was 2001 or so.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Satellite record was out.
Yeah.
It had Alive. It had
I'm not gonna lie.
Here Comes the Boom.
Sometimes I'm driving down here or driving back home, and I'll put the Alive. Every day is a new day. I mean, I know they're talking about God.
For everything I got.
I know it's about God.
Won't take it for granted.
But once that chorus hits,
dude, Creed's talking about God. We've talked about this.
Yes, and
sometimes the Lord is necessary.
I'm not gonna lie. In my household right now, Creed is in heavy circulation.
One last tangent before we go. I've been watching the Scream films.
Yeah.
I was so proud. When I heard Creed being played in the movie. But not only that, Sidney Prescott, the main character from the Scream films,
Nev Campbell
has a giant Creed poster in her bedroom.
Oh no!
Yes, and you see it in part 3 because part 3 she's in the set. Mm-hmm. It's modeled after her room.
Yeah,
and it's right before the killer starts chasing her around in the set in part 3. But dude, it's a giant Creed poster, and I was so happy. I was like, I should have took. You know what? I'll take a little picture and I'll send it to you.
I will appreciate
because I am on the right movie. So I'll just rewind it a little. Because, dude, it is such a time capsule.
It really is, dude.
But if you go back and watch the Scream movies, all early 90s music, it's so good. Oh, it's so fun.
Oh, yeah.
It's like watching a high school. It's terrible shit happens in these movies, but it's so campy and fun. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't get a creepy vibe from it.
No, I like it's a great time capsule for a time you're like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck was going on in this time? But Creed, we fucks with Creed.
We fucks with Creed. We fucks with POD.
And Nickelback.
But POD, that Youth of the Nation is another good one.
We are. Youth of the Nation. Which I guess they recorded it or wrote it after there was a mass shooting at a high school down there in San Diego back in the early 2000s.
There you go.
Sorry to be a fucking Debbie Downer on that one.
I'm fine with it.
There you go.
It's news, man. It's got to be reported.
I feel so alive.
Except for those people.
Yeah.
Not for them. Hopefully they didn't play that song.
Yeah.
Fuck. Song ever.
Fuck. This is just so dark.
Be like, oh yeah, for all the fallen people out there, I feel so alive for the very first time.
I still think my love for PLD started when they did their MTV Cribs. And they're like, oh, yeah, they're all Mexicans because they're having a carne asada and shit. And one of them goes...
Dude, the guitarist is a big Mexican dude, too.
All those fuckers are big Mexicans. But, one of them goes, hey, something, give me some, pásame un pedazo de carne asada, güey. They throw them like, mi gente. Mi gente. I also thought POD were Mexicans, but boy, was I wrong. I'm sorry, no, Papa Roach. I thought Papa Roach was...
I thought they were, but I thought the lead singer might have been.
Maybe just the drummer.
They're from Vacaville, right?
Yeah, they're from Vacaville over here. I think just the drummer might have been Mexican.
Definitely not the guitarist.
No.
Which I think his name is Jerry Horton. I don't know why I know that.
Maybe it's not.
I also know that the guitarist for POD is Marcos Carril. I think his name.
That sounds weird
that I know that too. But you know why? Because I was a Guitar World subscriber for many years.
Hey, and their signatures, their guitar signature.
Yeah, because I think they played PRS.
Yeah, with the little cockroach thing. But I do know the singer's name. We thought it was, my name's Moby Dick. Mr. Dick, if you're nasty. But now I guess his name is Jacoby.
Yeah, Shaddix or whatever.
Yeah.
Kobe Shaddix.
Go back to the other one.
Just go by Jacob. All right?
Go by Jake.
Watch, it's his real name. I'm just being an asshole.
I know.
It's on my birth certificate.
It's my legal name. He doesn't.
Yeah, well, what are you doing when you're growing up? Going to the Jelly Belly factory or the Budweiser plant? There's nothing in Vacaville.
There's nothing. That's
basically the Bakersfield of NorCal.
Wow.
No, it's not that bad. There's not enough crops there.
That's some fucking truth there, though.
Well, I think it's maybe the meth, but not the crops and growing. I don't know if there's a big Mexican. I don't think there's a big Mexican population out in Vacaville either.
My friend's family, who are Mexican, used to live there. So,
but I mean,
by default,
to the point of Bakersfield, though, Bakersfield is very, very
ethnic.
Yes. I mean, Fluffy's from there,
but they gave us corn
and Fluffy. I mean, everyone loves Pablo Francisco.
I do like. Not Pablo Francisco.
Not Pablo Francisco.
Gabriel Iglesias.
Gabriel Iglesias. Wow, way to mix up your Latin comedians.
Wow, homie.
Dude.
Do you even fucking Latin?
I just, you know what it was? I was thinking Little Tortilla Boy, and then that's why I mixed them up for some reason. Even though there's nothing little about Enrique. God bless that man. Enrique. Yeah, I'm doing it again.
No, Enrique Iglesias. No, Gabriel, fool. We gotta stop it. All right.
All right. So I think everyone looks the same. That's brown, and I learned a lot about myself today.
I'm done.
That I might be. No, I should just end it here. All right. Thanks for everything, guys. Hopefully, I can make some weird shit awkward next week too. We'll see.
One can only hope.
Yeah, one can only hope. That's what planning's for. And that was actually the episode that I'm going to be putting out for Stoop Kid. So if you guys haven't checked that out, I also got Stoop Kid dropping Mondays, which will also be dropped Monday as well. No guests this week, but I'm keeping it going. I want to be consistent.
Fuck yeah, dude. Hell yeah. I'm probably right back.
Thank you. I'm gonna be doing a lot of more crossovers. I'm getting some guests. I've actually been reaching out to some people that I haven't already interviewed because I know I've done like a bunch of them like when we first started.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I'm gonna do different people.
Yeah.
I'm gonna even reach for the sky for some people.
Yeah, and definitely also if you ever want to come to Tales from the Head, like reach out to us. We definitely want to. Yeah. We want to have more guests and do more crossovers. So let us know.
Yep. And we will be doing more of that in the future. We also got some more merch updates coming in the next like 3 weeks. Because right now I got about a 16-day turnaround before I get any kind of designs. I know. Cross your fingers, but we'll see. For second time's the charm, but I think we're good. Another artist from Indonesia, so let's give it a shot.
Let's go. Either way, but you can get shirts like this.
Yep. TeePublic. We got it on the Dead Air Digital Instagram. So if you guys want to check it out, link in bio on Dead Air Digital. Otherwise, go to TeePublic and look up Dead Air Digital.
They're nice.
And you will find them there, and they are nice. And they keep you warm. And in the summer, we're going to have some tankies.
Ooh. It's time for the guns to come out.
I'm thinking maybe, you know what I'm thinking, dude? We might have to do another design. And should we do a summer design, or should we save it for Halloween?
Oh, save it for Halloween.
All right, so that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing some design work, and we're going to get some updates. And I'm excited, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We will be back next week, full on, ready to go, locked and loaded. Keep that shit going, and don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and drop us a line on Instagram, please, for God's sakes.
Please.
I'm tired of the promoting comments. I'm tired of these bots telling me that I look good and I should wear their T-shirts.
We know we don't.
We know we don't look good. We barely look good wearing our own T-shirts.
That's true.
So we might as well rep ourselves. All right, guys. Have a good one. Later.
Adios.